Hi everyone, welcome back to Daily Clues by Sam. Yesterday I posted a very long video where I solved the daily puzzle and one of the community puzzles that I chose at random, and it ended up being so hard. But I think I see a lot of my mistakes. I, of course, saw them as I was editing. So if you made it to the end of that video, congratulations and thank you so much. If you didn't, I don't blame you. I'm gonna be short today. So we're gonna just play the tricky one. And if you're new here and you don't know what Clues by Sam is, it is a daily puzzle that grows in difficulty along the week. So today we have this tricky one. In it, there are 20 people, each of them is either a criminal or an innocent, and we gotta figure out what they are using clues. So nobody lies, there's no guessing involved, it's all pure logic. Let's start today's. We have Noah telling us there are exactly 2 incenses above Layla. Okay, so there's 2 people above Layla. There's 2 incenses, both of the people above her have to be incense. Now we don't need Noah's clue anymore, so we click on it to dismiss it. Derek says that Wally is one of 2 incenses in row 5, so Wally is one of them, and we leave Derek's clue there because it tells us about the second incense here that we might want to be reminded of later. Habiba says that exactly 1 incense in row 5 is neighboring Wally. Okay, so the second innocent in row 5 is connected to Wally, which makes Saga, who is not neighboring Wally in row 5, a criminal. And now we don't need Derek's or Habiba's clue because we have tagged Tina and Zara as opposites. Wally says that only 1 person in a corner has an innocent directly above them. Okay. Very interesting because we have 4 corners, Saga, Zara, Chloe, and Floyd. And Chloe and Floyd don't have anybody above them, so they couldn't be the single person that has any innocent above them. But we know that either Olive or Rose, who are above the other 2 people in the corners, have to be innocents. It doesn't matter what the person in the corner is. Saga says there are exactly 2 innocents above Clay. So where's Clay? Clay also has 2 people who are innocents above them, and we don't need Saga's clue anymore. Chloe, one of the innocents, says that only one of the 2 criminals neighboring Floyd is to the right of Gary. So Floyd has 3 neighbors total. 2 of them are criminals. I like that we have a firefighter today. New professions. Okay, one of the 2 criminals. So 2 of the 3 neighbors that Floyd has are criminals. And one of them is to the right of Gary. So one of them is in row 2 here. 1 criminal, the other person is going to be an innocent, and the second criminal has to be Eli, the only other neighbor that Floyd has. Now we don't need Chloe's clue because we have tagged Igor and Jason. Gary says that column D is the only column with exactly 2 criminals. Do we know about any other columns that have 2 innocents already? We don't. So let's leave that there and look at Eli's clue. Both criminals below him are connected. So we know that Megan has to be one of those criminals, and either Igor or Kita are gonna be the second and last criminal below Eli. So we don't need Eli's clue because we have tagged them again. Megan says there's an equal number of instances in rows 1 and 2. We know the total for row 2, right? Even though we haven't revealed the third instance for row 2, we know there is going to be a third and last one, so we need 3 instances in row 1 as well. Floyd has to be an instant then, and we don't need Megan's clue. Floyd says that an odd number of instances on the edges named Kita. So where's Kita? Kita has 5 people on the edges neighboring her, 2 of which are incense already, and she's gonna have a third one here in row 5 because both Tina and Zara, who are opposites, neighbor her. So 3 is the odd number. Rose, her last neighbor on the edge, not revealed yet, couldn't be an incense. So 4 would be an even number. We don't need Floyd's clue anymore. Rose now says there's an odd number of criminals neighboring Kita. Oh, so criminals total, not only on the edges. Okay. Kita has Megan and Rose so far as criminals. She's gonna have a third one. And the only way that she could keep that odd number would be for either Lila and Pip to be both criminals or innocents. So if both Lila and Pip are criminals, what happens? Because we know something about column D. We know that column D has 2 criminals, right? So what we need to know, first of all, is that Jason and Zara are opposites. I'm just gonna mark that down so I can show you what happens here with column B. Let's say that Lila and Pip are both criminals. Tina would have to be a criminal as well, so that column B doesn't end up with 2 criminals. And that will make Zara an innocent, Jason a criminal. That would work for us. Or both Lila and Pip are innocent, in which case it doesn't matter what Tina is. But there's something else I need to be aware of. Olive. Who was Olive opposites with? Because there's nobody else tagged with orange. Was it Saga? Why is Olive orange? Who did I forget? Oh no. Trauma from yesterday's coming back to me. I got PTSD. Oh, Rose. Yeah, because only one person in a corner had innocent above them, and now we know that Sarah is not that person, so Olive has to be an innocent. She doesn't give us a new clue. Interesting. But with that, we know that Clay couldn't be a criminal, because if Clay were to be a criminal, we would have column A have 2 criminals as well, but we know that column D is the only one in that situation, so Clay has to be an innocent. And from Clay, we get a new clue. There are more innocents in row 3 than row 5. We know the total of innocents for row 5, just like we know for row 2, and it's 2. So we have to have 2 as well in row 3, and we already do, Noah and Clay, so Lila, the last person in that row, is a criminal. Oh, there are more innocents in row 3 than row 5. I deserve that. I do deserve that. So there has to be more than 2 in row 3, and Lila has to be an innocent. At least, different from yesterday, by reading that I know where my mistake is straight away, instead of just jumping around and not knowing where it comes from. Lila now says there are 7 criminals in total. Okay, so we have 4 criminals revealed already: Eli, Megan, Rose, and Saga. We're gonna have a 5th one, who's either Tina or Zara. We're gonna have a 6th one, who's either Igor or Jason. So that means that we have to have a 7th one, who's either Pip or Kita, right? If that is the chain we have formed, and we know that Jason and Zara are opposites as well, how do we make this configuration? Oh, we knew that Kita couldn't have Lila and Pip be opposites, right? So Pip has to be an innocent. And Pip being an innocent makes Kita a criminal, which makes Igor an innocent, which makes Jason a criminal, which makes Sarah an innocent and Tina a criminal. So our chain was solved there really fast. Very nice. Ooh, the yellow hurts. It hurts. But I'm getting used to it. I'm so sorry when I sort of get stuff wrong out of not paying that much attention. I guess I am a little bit afraid since yesterday, where I said before, when I make a mistake, I usually lose a little bit of confidence. So sometimes you try to overcompensate, maybe. And it might cause you to not pay as much attention. It's all part of the game. I have fun anyway, and I hope you guys do as well. Play the game, let me know how it goes for you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.